When talking about WordPress, it's important to note that WordPress comes in, well, two different flavors, WordPress.org and WordPress.com. Now, the main similarity between the two is that they both allow you to have a powerful website on the internet. Now, let's touch on some of the pros and cons of each. Now, with WordPress.com, there's zero cost, zero tech skills required for setup, has the added security of the SSL built right in, updates and maintenance are done for you. Now, this can also fall into the con category because some of their auto upgrades can mess up some of the customizations that you might have made to some of the themes, like the colors and backgrounds. And that kind of brings me to one of the cons. With the themes, you're limited on the themes and you're limited on the amount of customizations you can add to those themes. And you're limited to the plugins. You're not allowed to have any AdSense on the free plan, and we'll cover the plans here in just a second. And for that matter, zero e-commerce whatsoever. So if you're looking to run a business off of your WordPress site, WordPress.com is not the way to go. Also, you're lacking the branding because with the URL, you're using a subdomain of WordPress.com. You cannot have your own URL in here. You can, but that's on one of the other plans, not the free plan. But again, just speaking of the free plan here on WordPress.com, since you do not own your WordPress site here, you're simply borrowing a chunk of their server. If they don't like what you're doing on your site, at some point in the future, they can just shut you down. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the plans here while we're here on WordPress.com. You got these 4 plans, at least was at the time that we're recording this video. You got the free plan, which is the one I suggest that you get even if you're going to go with the WordPress.org platform, because with the free plan, you can use it to drive traffic to your WordPress.org website. Now with WordPress.org, some of the pros with WordPress.org, you can have your own domain because you're hosting it on your server. So it's going to be, for example, mysite.com. Not mysite.wordpress.com. Plus, with WordPress.org, you're given the source code to the program as well. So if you have some programming chops, you're able to customize your site from the ground up. You don't have to, but if you have the knowledge and know-how, you can do that with WordPress.org. You cannot do that with WordPress.com. But just know that WordPress.org, it works fine and dandy right out of the box. Plus, you can use any plugin that you want. You can use any theme that you want. You can even have your own plugins built. Likewise with themes. You can build them yourself or have somebody else build them for you. You have that kind of freedom with WordPress.org. And you can have your e-commerce any way that you want. You can run AdSense ads if you want. It's your site, so WordPress cannot close you out. And because it's your site, you can even sell it if you want to. Now, some of the cons, we've got hosting expenses. We've got domain name expenses. Now, just to give you an idea, those expenses can be pretty low or pretty high, depending upon your needs for your site. So your hosting can range anywhere from a few bucks a month to a couple $100 a month. Your domain name, somewhere between $8 to $20 a year. And this is important. The other con is that you have to update, upgrade, and maintain the site yourself. When a new upgrade rolls out, you are responsible for those yourself, or you risk a security issue. So just a quick recap between the two. Cost is one difference. But for most people, the biggest difference is freedom and flexibility. With WordPress.org, you've got freedom and flexibility with a minor cost. With WordPress.com, you have the ability to use the free version, but you're lacking the freedom and flexibility. But again, I would recommend signing up for the .com version and regularly posting content on your blog there that is related to the content that you have on your .org site, and sprinkle your .org URL throughout that .com site's content. So anyone reading your post on the .com site, including Google's bots, will see these URLs, follow them back to your .org site where you can have AdSense ads, custom themes, and plugins installed that will allow you to generate income. That's going to bring us to the end of this video on some of the differences between WordPress.com and WordPress.org. Thanks for watching, and you have a great day.